We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. This is Matthew. This is MattTv. Just after 6 o'clock. I apologize for coming in here a little bit late. Kaya Moon is going out for the night, so I just wanted to see her off. And a friend, as it is overcast just after 6 o'clock here on the south coast of supernatural British Columbia. I just was going to be quiet for a second because it is slightly raining out. It's been a soaker. It's been a rather wet week here on the south coast. I was a couple of days, or 35 hours to be exact. 35 hours removed from the lower mainland, and I'll tell you why in just a couple of moments. You just have to be patient. You just got to be patient now. Come on now. So this is MattTv. My name is Matthew. Facebook Live. Been doing it here in my garage in White Rock for well over 3 years. If you're just watching this for the first time, where have you been? Where have you been? Because I've been right here, waiting for you. I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law Bob. And his wife Franca, watching in Toronto, Ontario. He doesn't watch it live. He doesn't have Facebook, but I do upload this show to my YouTube channel and send him the link. So, Bob, Franca, love you, miss you. Hope you get a chance to come out here on the West Coast sometime this summer. But the whole COVID-19 thing, who's really going anywhere? I mean, really, who's going anywhere? I'll be going somewhere this weekend, and I'll tell you about that in just a couple of moments. Okay. Enough fooling around. Let's get to the good stuff. I always like to start my MattTv broadcast off by letting you know what the weather is like here on the south coast and compare it to what the weather was like in my hometown of Woodstock, New Brunswick. Overcast here. It rained all day today. It was a really wet day here on the south coast. Overcast right now. It's about 14 degrees right now. Tomorrow, showers are expected. A bit of a break on Sunday, back into sunshine on Monday, and then maybe some rain on Tuesday. It's not until the middle of next week and on that the weather becomes a little bit better. The weather is better, baby. The weather is better here in White Rock. James, I'm going to assume, you're putting up some Aussie. I appreciate it. Love you, brother. James's Jukebox Magical Musical Moments. Some couple J's and some M's thrown in there for your liking. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Love Aussie. But the weather, the most important thing in regards to the weather for myself and for Jen and for Kaya Moon and everyone else graduating from Elgin High School on this Wednesday, the 17th of June, is the commencement ceremony for Kaya Moon Vespasiani Grant, graduating, turning 18 next month, just turning a new page, a new chapter in her life, in the family's life. A new chapter is just on the cusp, on the brink, just off in the horizon. Whatever cliche you want to use, man, whatever cliche you want to use. We're right there, baby. We're right there. So we're pretty excited, even though everything that's going on with COVID-19 and just how the world seems to have come unhinged. Not so much here in this beautiful home on Buena Vista in White Rock, British Columbia. Yes, so I hope everything is okay under the roof in your slice of the world. Don't get caught up. Don't spend too much time watching the news. Limit your hours on the internet. Those two things right there. If you can limit those two things, you'll be in a much happier place. Okay, weather here. I'm hoping that the forecast for Wednesday, which is Kaya Moon's graduation, is calling for sunshine and pleasant temperatures for Wednesday. I'll be taking the day off. I'm not going to miss Kaya Moon's graduation ceremony. Sandy, welcome to the broadcast. Weather back in the Woodstock area, according to the AccuWeather forecast. Overcast and showers this evening. Is it around 10 degrees? It's saying 10 degrees in the Woodstock area right now. A mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. And 18 is expected for the high tomorrow in the Woodstock, Carleton County area. Is that, you want to fact check that? Just go to the website. It's right there in black font. It's right there staring at you. Just after 5 after 6. I don't know how long I'm going to be in here. I have 7 things that I've written down and highlighted. And if I just have the 2 guests in here, James and Sandy, that's perfect because I love the live views. And if you are watching this at your leisure on a Saturday or a Sunday, I appreciate you getting caught up, as they say. So yes, Kaya Moon graduating this Wednesday. Today was, because of COVID-19 and everything that's going on, there are still in-classroom sessions, but you have to book your time. So on Tuesday, Kaya booked a time to go to school for a class to make it an official last day of school, which was today. And she went to an art class that she signed up for. She was the only student that signed up for this time slot on this Friday, the 12th of June, and the teacher didn't show up. The teacher did not show up. How would that make you feel? You've gone through 13 years of school. You're now in a situation in 2020 where you have to book a time to go to school, and you go there. You're not surrounded by any of your classmates. Your teacher's not even there. Your teacher didn't even show up. So, on the bright side, that is something that you will probably never forget. Your last day of school. I could tell you what I did on the last day that I was in school, but looking back on it now, it's rather embarrassing. Maybe in a future show, what I did, in a nutshell, what I did almost got me beat up at my own prom. Maybe I'll share that story for maybe next week, or maybe tomorrow. I really have to piece it together. It's not something I'm proud of. I made a gesture. Towards the school. Someone saw me. They thought it was meant for them. And if they didn't tap me on the shoulder during prom night and wanting me to step outside and settle it like men, I explained myself, and it sounded reasonable, and no punches were thrown. Nick Moulet, I'm so glad that you have taken the time out of your super busy appearances on paranormal podcasts across the country. Congratulations to you. Just so happy for you, man. You're getting out there, man. You're networking. That's what you were meant to do, Mr. Nick Moulet. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Very emotional for me. I didn't think I was going to. I didn't cry, but I definitely, tears filled my eyes, and I did grab a 21-second video of Kaya Moon, Vespasiani Grant, walking into high school, grade 12, for the last time. Commencement ceremony on the 17th, which is this coming Wednesday. It's very weird. We drop Moon off. They go in groups of 20. They get their diplomas. Everything will be videotaped. We'll be able to see everything afterwards. But it's basically, we go there, we drop Kaya off. They're there for 30 minutes. We pick her up, and that's it. But that's happening on Wednesday. Lots of graduations happening this time of year. Just be safe with your graduation ceremonies. We all know, don't drink and drive. Don't be stupid. Be in a safe environment. Be responsible. I know that's hard to hear, being a teenager. I don't know how many teens are actually watching this, but good advice. Just pass that information along to the kids as they go out the door. Just make smart, reasonable decisions. Make good decisions. Another one coming up. Okay, cool. Okay, so I want to talk about that. Very proud of Kaya Moon, Vespasiani Grant, turning 18 just here in a few weeks, graduating next week. So, couldn't be more proud, and we're just all excited. We're all starting a new chapter, even though 2020 has certainly been a very turbulent 5 months. We're excited as a family, as the three of us move forward in this game of life. We are excited, and we're all happy, we're all healthy and excited what we are going to do as a family moving forward in 2020. So I hope you are as psyched about your own family and what you're doing, how you're going to get through and manage and just stick together and get through it together. We got to get through it together. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to talk about. So the second thing I want to talk about is I have, and this is not bad news. I'm not too worried about it, but the company that I work for, Iconics Waterworks, we are no longer doing metering work for the city of Surrey just because of COVID-19. The budget has been bye-bye. No more budget for us. So on the 30th of this month, 12 more working days, I will no longer be an employee of Iconics Waterworks. If something should change down the road in a few months, maybe something will happen in 2021 where we can come back. The company would have me back, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I will be out of work for this company that I'm with, that I've been with for the last 2 years. I'll be out of work with this company at the end of the month, but don't worry, there's something else already lined up. So it's all good. It's all good. But I want to tell you, on Wednesday, this is one of the things I like about this job. It's given me the opportunity to travel to different communities in BC. Last summer, as you know, I spent the majority of my summer in Rossland, BC, which is east of here, some 7.5, 8 hours away. It was interesting work. It was great to meet everyone in that community, but I don't want to spend another summer away from Jen and Kaya, which is why, there is an opportunity for me to work out of town to stay with the company, but I don't want to, not this summer. Not this summer. Out of all summers, this is not the summer that you want to be away from your family. So my time with Iconics is coming to an end, but it's okay. Another song for the grudge. Okay, I will definitely check that link out, James. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the live views. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. Don't kid yourself. I do. So this is what happened on Wednesday. The company sent me to Kamloops, British Columbia, on Wednesday, just for the day. I stayed overnight Wednesday night, came back yesterday. But they wanted me to go up and basically go to 3 separate residents and put down topsoil and seed it. So on Wednesday, yes, keep in mind, I had 3 properties to visit to put down soil and grass seed. They're in Kamloops. I'm in White Rock. So I left White Rock Wednesday morning at 20 after 5 a.m., drove straight to Savannah, which is outside of Kamloops, and I worked until 4:30 Wednesday. So I worked 11 hours on Wednesday, driving just under 600 kilometers. Returned home yesterday about 4 o'clock. So I was gone from the moment I left my driveway Wednesday morning to returning yesterday afternoon just after 4, so about 35 hours away from home, driving over 1,000 kilometers to work 11 hours. Not even that. The work itself, the work that I went up and did, 3 properties, I worked no more than 3 hours. So I drove over 1,000 kilometers in 35 hours from here to there and back for about 3 hours of work. Does that make sense to you? That's that. But hey, it's beautiful country. I love to drive. I love to drive. So you'll never hear me complain about, hey, can you drive to Kamloops for the day? Sure. Can you drive to Kamloops to 3 separate properties that aren't really in Kamloops and put down some topsoil and some grass seed? Yes. Yes, I can do that. And the beautiful thing is, I'll probably have to go back up next week. And if I do go up next week, I was looking at the calendar. This is a beautiful thing. I don't want to go up this Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday is Moon's commencement, so I don't want to go up before then. So I'm thinking if I go up next Thursday and Friday, driving home on the Friday is the summer solstice. So on Friday the 20th, I believe that's right. I believe that is right. Yes, Saturday is, so I guess coming back from Kamloops on next Friday would be the last full day of spring. That's what I wanted to say. Next Friday will be the last full day of spring. Saturday, the 21st, is the summer solstice. Now, the summer solstice doesn't arrive on the calendar until I wrote this down. 2:43. So on Saturday the 21st, or on the 20th, sorry, I'm getting Father's Day. Father's Day and summer solstice are like Saturday, Sunday. So summer solstice is on the Saturday the 20th at 2:43 Pacific. So at 6:43 next Saturday night is summer solstice. The next day, the first full day of summer, guess what it is? It's Father's Day. Father's Day. Simon, welcome to the broadcast from Conception Bay, South Newfoundland. So summer solstice, next Saturday at 2:43 p.m. Pacific. That's 6:43, just after 7 in Newfoundland. So enjoy this last full week of spring. Get out, smell the flowers, listen to the birds. If you're near water, the babbling brook, the crashing of the waves, just get out and experience nature. Enjoy this last full week of spring. Summer is just around the corner. Just around the corner. Father's Day. I know it's a few days away. What are your plans, dads? Do you have something planned for yourself? Are you going to do something for yourself? Do you know, have you heard rumblings of a gathering in your honor? If not, it's COVID-19. Anything is possible. Maybe you'll get your own. That's what I want. I just want a parade. I want a parade. I just want people to drive by my house. I will sit out in the driveway in a lawn chair, and I will have a sign that says, "I am a father, honk." And that'll be my Father's Day. I will have people honking, random strangers driving by my home, honking because I too am a father. Simon, I'm just wondering, here's yes or no. Have you yet to hold your own children? I know you were in quarantine for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's been a while since we've talked, but I'm just curious. Have you been able to hug anybody in your family? Okay, so they're back in the bubble. Excellent, good stuff. You answered my question. 13 weeks. 13 weeks. Nick, just honk really loud and really long, and I will listen. I will listen for that car horn coming from Illinois. Put up one of those megaphones to it. Tomorrow, the plan right now is to go into Vancouver, into the West End, and hang out with the one, the only DMFK. Looking to be hanging out with Dave Keenan tomorrow. I've told myself, if I don't hear from him tonight, if I don't hear from Dave Keenan tonight, I got to put my foot down and say, I can't commit. I can't have him call me tomorrow and say, hey, man, can you come in? I have to make plans. I have to make plans. But I really want to see Dave. I really want to see him. So, Dave, can you call me? Heather, welcome to the broadcast. Not back, but they will be my father. Oh, okay. Oh, they're not back yet. So, you'll reunite with your family on Father's Day. Well, that's perfect. That's awesome. Good stuff. That's still, so that'll be 13 weeks. So when you get to see your family on Father's Day, from that time going back, it's been 13 weeks. That's amazing. That is just, I don't know. That's, you better write a book. Write a book about that experience, please. DMFK tomorrow in the city, tentatively scheduled, or should I say TBD, to be determined. Are you learning that for the first time? Did you know that TBD actually stood for to be determined? How old were you when you learned that? Okay, moving on. Something else I'm doing on Facebook. I took a challenge from my cousin Marcus Harvey in Majorville to do 25 push-ups every day for 25 days and nominate someone every day, which I have done. I have completed 7 days. If I haven't tagged you yet, Simon, no one gets overlooked. No one gets overlooked. But I already have my names made out, so I'm just going day by day by day. So, and it's amazing. The hardest push-ups that I've done so far were the push-ups that I did yesterday just outside Savannah. There was this beautiful vantage point, but I was on a cliff, and I was doing push-ups off of this rock face. And I don't know if it was because I was so close to earth the gravity just seemed so much more intense. It was really hard to pull away from the ground. It was really, because I'm doing my push-ups here on the back deck, but the push-ups that I did yesterday in nature with rattlesnakes, there were signs for rattlesnakes. There's just, when it's a challenge, you just do it. Rattlesnakes or not, those push-ups got to be done. But anyway, I'm doing that challenge, and I will continue to do that challenge for another 18 days. So if I tag you in a post where I'm doing push-ups, there's no pressure. You don't have to do 25 push-ups every day for 25 days, but you could share the hashtags that are in my post. We're just raising awareness for people with PTSD, anxiety, stress. There's a lot of mental unwellness. And if I can do something to raise awareness, well, that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I'm doing 25 push-ups a day for 25 days and nominating someone every single day. Father's Day, we talked about that. So far, there's a lot more signatures on the flag. Heather wants to know where her signature is. Does it surprise you that I know where it is already? This is Richard. This is your husband, Richard Doucette, right here. Heather. You put me on the spot, Heather. You put me on the spot. I've seen it 1,000 times. Heather Doucette. Is it in the red or white? Is it on the right side or the left side of the flag? I know I've seen it. I don't know if it's anywhere near your husband. Give me some clues. But there's over 1,000 signatures on there right now. And speaking of signatures, when I was in Kamloops, this last place I was at, it wasn't actually in Kamloops. It was a place called Heffley Creek, Heffley Creek. You can Google map that. It's a beautiful location. I took the flag with me because, when I travel, the flag travels. So I managed to get a signature from Jim and Sandra Moran. Jim and Sandra Moran from Heffley Creek are the latest signatures on the MattTv Canadian Unity flag, baby. It's funny, this Jim guy, I showed up at his house to put down the soil and grass seed, and when I told him I drove all the way up from White Rock, he almost fell over because he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that I drove over 400 kilometers to put down 2 wheelbarrows of soil and some seed. It's near the center by the maple leaf. It's in the center. Okay, I'm not going to turn around until I find your signature. It's in the maple leaf near the center. Well, there's Ron McLean near the center. This is silly. That's not it. I'll have to, can you put your glasses on and see if you can see it? Should be close to Richards. Okay, close to Richards. Close to Richards. Oh, here it is. It's right here. Heather Doucette. Yeah, you're on this wing here, and yeah, so Richard's here. And you're here. Okay, found it. Game over. Thanks for playing. There is a board game, and you can pick it up at Toys R Us. No, there's no board game. Summer Solstice, we talked about that. Okay, final thing I'm going to talk about. It's coming up on... I started a little bit late, but this clock here is always slow. I brought the clock in from the kitchen. It's never accurate. It's a guessing game. But it's coming up on 6:30 here on the West Coast. That I do know, and I'm going to leave you with one final thing. One final thing. There's so much going on in the world. And I know I have told you to, step back from watching TV a lot. In particular, TV that includes watching a lot of the news. The news, being on the internet. There's just so much going on in the world right now that everyone is just inundated with just so much information. Take a break and escape from reality. And I just want to make a suggestion on a TV show that Jen and I are watching right now that I would suggest for you to watch. It's not a comedy, but it stars Mark Ruffalo. You might remember Mark Ruffalo from the Avengers movies. He played the Hulk. I didn't know this. I knew he was American, but he was born in Wisconsin. And he's in a new show right now called, I wrote it down, sorry. The name of the show is I Know This Much Is True. And maybe you're watching it right now with actor Mark Ruffalo. He plays twins. So what happened when they filmed this is they filmed this whole movie with him as one character, and then he put on a bunch of weight, and they filmed it again as the twin brother. So it's just amazing. He is a really, really gifted actor. He's been up for 3 Oscar nominations. Excuse me. He's been up for 3 Oscar nominations, and I'm talking about American actor Mark Ruffalo in a new TV show. It's only maybe 10 episodes. I'm not even sure how many episodes there are or how many have been released. I know Jen and I were just getting into it, but if it's something that you want to just escape from everything that's going on, just, obviously you got to leave your TV on for this, but I would suggest checking out the show. I Know This Much Is True with American actor Mark Ruffalo. Right now, I think we're watching it on Netflix. Maybe it's on Crave. Google it, find out what network is carrying it, and check it out. Check it out. Would you believe that this, I actually did this. Maybe you didn't notice, but I've actually shaved. I just didn't like the look that I had here yesterday. So last night I came home and I just kind of shaved this. I'm going to keep this though. I like this. I'm going to keep it. Okay. Like you care about my facial hair. That rhymes. Okay. Coming up on 6:30. The weather was always better in White Rock. As I close out the show, I can look in the backyard. The crescent moon, Moon's Meadow. The flowers are flourishing. The sun has just come out. There is now a beam of light shining in the meadow. It's a spectacular Friday night here on the West Coast. I hope you're having a spectacular Friday night wherever you are in this slice of North America. If you're lucky enough to be in Canada, be a proud Canadian. Be a proud Canadian. And if you are in the United States of America, and I know there are people watching the show right now, be a proud American. Be a proud American. Just be proud. Be proud of who you are, where you come from. And just be a good person. Just be a good person. As I sit here and this Canadian flag looks like I got 2 little devil horns coming out of me. Horns and wings. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I had so much fun. I had a lot. I always enjoyed this. This is therapy for me. Anyone who's seen the show know that it's therapy for me. How easy it is for me just to come on, turn my phone on, and converse with people across the country. I love it. Thank you so much, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook Live. Thank you, MattTv, and all the staff and everyone behind the scenes. I love you. It's just me. It's just me. Thank you for all the live views. And if you're watching this at a later date, I appreciate that as well. If you like and see what you hear at any time, just share. Just tell people that there's someone in a garage in White Rock doing this on Facebook Live. My name is Matthew. This is MattTv. Now and always, from sea to sea.